Good evening, people of TTRL. Welcome to a monumentous day. Today, we will be revealing the first race, and we will be enjoying the first race of TTRL's Season 2 Realistic Series 1. And we will be starting out in Australia. Now, many things have changed. Many things have changed since the last time you saw a Realistic Series race, and let me quickly talk you through to them. Now, instead of how previously we had it with, "Hello, we got rain!" I don't think the drivers are gonna be liking that one that much. But hey, it's definitely gonna be interesting. But before we go into the drivers taking their laps, let me give you the changes of TTRL's Season 2 Realistic Series 1. Unlike last season, this season the drivers will be fighting also for a Constructors' Championship. Basically, these drivers that you can see on here have been paired up with each other and are in a team. Now, they can be in separate vehicles. For instance, let's just give an example. Loki Patrick from Loki Dick can be driving in a Haas, while Richie Chappell can be driving in an Aston Martin. Both of their efforts will be going on to their team's constructor points. Now, if a driver that isn't on this list races, he is not taken into consideration of the constructors. He is driving simply for the fun of the love of it and potentially contending for the Drivers' Championship. We'll see how it goes. But basically, this is a completely new concept that we're going to be trying out this season, and we're going to be seeing how it goes. I know it's a little bit confusing for at the time of the being, at the current time. But trust me, I'll hold your hand on this one, and I'll walk you through it. As I am getting messages left and right here. Right. Okay, cool. I'm gonna pull Discord onto this screen so I can have that image of the teams. Now, we already have some people on this full-time driver list that weren't unfortunately able to make it in tonight's race, and we'll be going into that in more detail a little bit in a very soon notice. So let's go back to the track. Let's see. Alright, we got a few drivers out there. So Matt Cooper, member of Team High Caliber Racing. His teammate Free Viking unable to attend here tonight, but he looks like going to be the first driver out there to attempt a lap in these tricky conditions. Maybe some drivers are ahead of him, but he has chosen for the intermediate, while drivers behind him like Pickard, who are on their outlap, are on full wets. Obviously, with these tricky, wet conditions, these drivers are not going to be able to utilize the battery at maximum output due to safety concerns and F1, FIA, blah, 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 blah. But straight mode is still available. Interesting. Usually in wet conditions, DRS in previous games was just not allowed whatsoever. Now onto the back straight, we're getting yellow flags, and that's because of a... Let's see, can we see anything down there? It's a Red Bull on the side of the road. Oh, it's Grizz. Oh, it looks like he's just letting some drivers pass. Back on Matt Cooper. Now into Sector 3. Let's see, we have no comparison for times to see if he's doing any good. Ooh, barely keeping that car. The rain is really downpouring and the dry line is just not there yet. Or will it even ever be in these conditions? The slow speed corners are the most complex ones. Really easing on the throttle there, Matt Cooper. Now to the line, being the first driver to set a lap, and it's a 35.079. None of these drivers expected it, and it's been destroyed. And it's been destroyed again. My DJ Perks. Now, okay, so I believe Pickard might be the first one to finish a lap on the wet compound tire. He definitely looks, I was about to say, never mind, it's P.S. Culliver sitting at 33.2 on the wet compound in a Williams. So Matt Cooper's outlapped. Matt Cooper's first lap, definitely not something to write home about. As Red Dragon in the intermediate sets a fastest lap of a 33.1. Well done, Dragon, as Pickard most definitely is just calling it quits on this one. He might go for another go, back-to-back, who knows? It's gonna be, yes, Pickard to go. JDM sets a, record, 2 minutes and 1 second. Somehow that's still accepted. Pickard being a minute 44.8, being the current buffer time. As looks like we have no clear winner on who has chosen the best tires. Right now, Red Dragon being the one who has set the fastest time of 133.128. Never mind, it is Milan in a Cadillac. As Pickard invalidates again, but Milan in that caddy. Is he going for back-to-back? He's going for back-to-back. I mean, put the fuel in. Pavel is in an Aston Martin setting the fastest lap. That dude has gotten to grips with his new Moza equipment. Getting himself powered with a Moza R12 and going from an old belt-fed Thrustmaster TMX, I think he had. So the man's gotten a significant upgrade with a direct drive wheel, and he says he feels like magic and has at least more than a tweaks time to practice, so we might be seeing the absolute best of Pallison we have seen ever. The bar is high. So let's see, who else is out there? Right, Pickard's lap has been dusted. And then Notorious has left the session. All right, no, that's not going to be another lap there. Right, who else is there hammering a lap now, though? JDM? Well, JDM is improved by 27 seconds. Never mind, okay. So it looks like the drivers are making the decision and saying that intermediates are the way to go right now, as a dry line is starting to form very, very slowly. Is that an Audi in front? Yeah, it looks like it, yeah. Pulling over for JDM. Come on, and he sticks that corner. Now on the brakes, gets on the gas, but somehow rotates the car as F the Legend in the Mercedes sets the new fastest lap of a 32.003. It's going sideways, JDM. Now for the final corner, he gets real impatient with that throttle. That car is not pointing the way that he wants it to. And across the line, setting a lap time of a 32.5. If he did not make those mistakes at the very end, that lap time would have destroyed the rest of the field. He definitely lost more than half a second, maybe even a whole second in that final sector. I don't really have the telemetry tools at the current moment to actually check this, but god damn. What? He's performing drifts! And yeah, I think he was doing that stuff intentionally, and now, yeah, he got a tap of the wall, and reality's coming back to him saying that, yeah, no, son, you're in a Formula 1 car. Optic has set a second fastest time of a 32.188. And Milan refused to be out of this conversation, setting a lap time of 31.617. The fastest lap time of the session. I was going to say day, but most likely the race might be dry. We don't know that yet. And then most likely in the race, we will be seeing drivers sending even faster laps than this. Milan being a member of the Italian Stallions team duo and his teammate Devil Z, which, let's see, is he racing here tonight? Defo Devils, I think that's him in the Mercedes down there. Different username. Frank the Tank in an Audi. What? Did not expect an Audi to see there. An Audi is not the slowest car by pace, but definitely having the worst reviews by the driver due to its significant understeer. So in wet conditions, I did not expect to see an Audi taking the top step in qualifying. In the meantime, Grizz setting a 4th fastest time. Oh, hold on. Grizz just set a purple sector 1 in those intermediates. Way to go, young boy. Grizz being a young talent here at TTRL. Let's see, he is a half a second up. That is good pace for Grizz. If he keeps this up, he's going to be punching into the 30.0s. Sorry, 30 point somethings. Once again, step on the grass. We're seeing everybody step on the grass there. As DJ Perk says, a 30.503. But if Grizz can keep this together, that time will not matter. Again, the grass, and he rotates the car somehow. On the throttle. On the grass as well. Crossing the line. And it's a 31.502! That is it? That was it? By 1,000 of a second, he grabs pole position for the time being. But I was expecting so much more with how Sector 1 and 2 looked. Unbelievable. Unbelievable performance by Grizz. Now let's see who's out there on the hammer lap. Pavlison, currently not improving by Sector 2. Yep, he's gone invalidated, so he's going to be shooting next lap. P.S. Culver. On a lap, purple Sector 2. Alright, come on, Culver. That Ferrari. Oh, yeah, he noticed. He noticed him at the very last second. That could be EVG or Notorious. I think it might be Notorious. TTN Optic sending the next fastest lap at the 31.335. And DJ Burks overriding that record of a 31.267. Well done, DJ. Now on the straight, bringing it together. Milan being the first into the 30s, 30.5 for Milan, and PS Culver. If only he set that lap just in front of Milan, would have had that glory. But it's a 30.984, being the second driver into the 30s. As Grizz, hello! Now that was the lap that he wanted to set, but Milan set it before him. So Glory missed out, and Pickard, what is going on with this man? Can't set a lap together faster than a 31.808. And now in an invalid lap again. He's got fresh tires, he should have fuel. This should be another flyer right here. Easy on the throttle, now on the power. Good. Now let's see, where does Pickard end after this? How much time do we have in the session? I think we have somewhere around 4 minutes. How was that legal? He loses the take. Okay, well, not an ideal start, but if it's fast, we can't complain. On the brakes, rotate, nice. JDM retires in P15. Wait, JDM retires on oh my god, it was a crash! As PS Culver resets the bar in a 30.369. Just continuous hot lap after a hot lap with these drivers. Now, how is Pickard doing? I'm going to see after Sector 2 what his delta is. Improving at 4.3 seconds, that it should get him into at least in some form of competition. As his sector 2 is actually purple. We can't really trust these purples as they do not actually compare the entire session most of the time. Didn't step on the grass, but still did step on the gas. Spun the rears just a little bit too early. Held the line beautifully. Now rotate that car. Nice. Be patient on that throttle. Be patient, and floor it. Crossing the line, sending a 30.956. He is P5. Well done, Picard. Would have been a real shame to see him so low in the standings. Now, Devils. Might be sipping on some tea. Right, let's join FFTB, who's on the bottom end. He's about to finish his lap, so we're going to see what he has to offer us. On the throttle. On the line. Setting a lap time of 30.433. He is in second position. Well done. As Culver raises the bar again. Now, who is down there that shouldn't be down there? Pavlison is on a lap. 29.44 by Milan. Absolutely amazing. Grizz with a 29.318. Moment of glory for Grizz. Now Pavlison here, he already invalidated his lap, so there's no magic going to be happening in this moment. Let's see. Is Picard on a flyer? No. Ev the Legend. Up by 0.3. Alright, let's see what Ev can pull off. He's going to need a lot more if he wants to fight for the top 2 positions currently occupied by Grizz and Milan. Grizz being the one of the more youngest and newest drivers in TTRL, but he has shown very promising pace. Battling side by side with the likes of Speed Demon, if he's in an Aston Martin. Now on the brakes, rotating the car. As a dry line has started to form on the track. As, I don't know, the rain looks to be lightening up just a little bit. Don't get impatient on the throttle. Floor it now. There you go. Beautifully done. And across the line, this is looking good. A 29.312. He steals second place from Milan. And just increments shy of pole position, as I think he might be going back-to-back on his laps. Grizz, nothing to show for. Milan, empty. P.S. Culver. Oh, improving by 0.2. Almost 3. He's up by 0.3. This could be a pole position lap. Keeps it legal. Behind him is a McLaren. That would be Picard. How's he doing? Not well. Now on the straight. Turning the corner. Tap on the brake, rotate the car, be gentle on the throttle. Beautifully done. And across the line, P.S. Culver goes! Sets pole position with 28.950! 28 seconds! Woohoo! What a lap! As Milan tumbles down the order, he could not improve. Are we going to see anything from Ev? Ev's improving. Ev can take second place. Shane took second. Will Ev retake? Ev goes pole! What? If only these races happened more. If only these races did not happen at 10 in the evening for me, I would be screaming my lungs. But unfortunately, I have to share the house with other human beings. Ev the Legend sending a 27.777. It is his lucky day, with P.S. Culver being the second position, and Frank the Tank out of nowhere coming in third position. Wait, we still have drivers coming in and setting lap times. It is Red Dragon and Rune, the final drivers to set. Rune is doing well. Red Dragon going P4, and Milan all the way on down P10. And we can't see. Where did Rune end up? Rune ended up 12th. Wow, what a qualifying session. We had Ev the Legend for P1, P.S. Culver for P2, Frank Tank, Red Dragon, Shane, Grizz, Pavlison, TTN Optic, DJ Perks, Milan, Defo Devils, Rune, Only EGC, The Notorious, FFT B1, Danny Mac, Pickard, Matt Cooper, JDM to round off the grid, with JDM having an unfortunate crash in the middle of the session. Now we're going to be going into a 5-minute intermission to let the drivers cool off. So as I mentioned previously, Ev the Legend taking pole positions with a 27.7. We can see his lap times in impressive view here, with the new Paddock Records broadcasting tools. Now, not all drivers have enabled their telemetry, so you can see drivers in 8th position and in 15th position who are just marked as player. Apologies, I didn't have enough time to set their names in by hand. But the Cadillac, I do not remember who drove the Cadillac, but the Haas in P15 was as FFTB. I do remember that. Who was the other caddy? Maybe one of the viewers remembers. Where is my phone? I need to grab my phone. Yeah, I'm gonna grab my phone and actually pull up the chat so I can have a conversation with you guys and see what you guys think of the new format. I understand that it's more confusing. Paddock Records will be providing more screens like this at the beginning and end of the sessions to help you understand and pair some drivers to what kind of laps and performances they've done. And as well, let me see here. And as well display what kind of teams those drivers are a part of, as these cars are just the cars. They're just the cars that show the performance. Nothing more, nothing less. Right, so I got the stream open on my phone now here. Hello there, Jason. I hope you're doing well. Sorry for the little bit late response. But yeah, only 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining until we get into the racing. Now, folks, any predictions? Are we going to have a wet weather race, or is it going to be dry all the way through? Right, I can see in the preparation screen, as we wait for the drivers to prepare their setups and their strategies, that it is not raining. I can give you that much, that it is currently not raining. But the clouds are looking a bit gray. We're not having clear skies out here, so I wouldn't say that rain is impossible. Hello there, Penrose. How are you doing? Who do we got for the win? Well, currently, by qualifying performance, Ev the Legend has shown incredible power. But Grizz, I'll be honest, I am impressed with Grizz in that Red Bull, so I'll be honest, if the race doesn't go completely insane, my top 3 prediction would be Grizz in P1, Milan in P2, and Pavlison in P3. That is my prediction. Yeah, Allison in the chat. Satisfied with a P7 and an Aston Martin. Milan does have a lot of work to do. He set his lap a little bit early and then I believe invalidated his final attempt, so the track was ever evolving with the cars going forward and all that good stuff. Alright, looks like the drivers are on their formation lap a little bit prematurely. It looks like I must have... Oh my god! Oh my god, hold on! Switch to main view. I don't think the screen captured that, but one of the Haas's smacked into the wall and now it's on its roof. Hold on. Can we have a view of the start-finish straight? No? One of the Haas's was on its roof. Yeah, that was DJ Perks. I'm sorry, but I did not have the stream on for that. The timer was still counting down. What is going on there? Who is that? That's DJ Perks and Matt Cooper. What the hell? And wait, we got McLaren and Ferrari on the side of the road. That was JDM and EGC. So what? We already having drama off the bat? Of drivers slamming into each other? It's only the formation lap. As Shane makes contact somewhere and is also sent to the grid. Well, cold tires are definitely not going to do these fellas any favors. F1 notification. Damon Hill's 1996 title fight. I'll take a read for that later as the Cadillac and the... What is going on? Why is everybody smacking into each other? What kind of bumper cars is this? Okay, I guess everyone's taking the piss tonight here. I mean, it's a new season, everyone's excited, and I can't... What the fuck is that? Rank? Well then, I guess professionalism is out the window here tonight. These guys are here to fight, and they're fighting dirty. Have the Legend in P1, PS Culver in P2. What will be the order after turn 1 and 2? We got the 5 lights, and it disappears immediately. I think Culver got the better start. Yes, he does. He has taken the lead. Have the Legend already in second position with the hard compound tires. Speaking of, with all the drama, we haven't actually seen what kind of tire choices they're having. As I believe DJ Perks is on the side of the road, and we have a virtual safety car. And that was Red Dragon. Red Dragon, who had a decent qualifying session, now facing the other way. He doesn't even know how to turn around. This is not really that much space. It's a virtual safety car, so 10-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Chaos already. Now let's try to assess damage. Does DJ Perks have... Oh my god, there is no nose left on there. What about... partially left on Red Dragon. What about Danny Mac? He received a penalty. No, he seems he's fine. But we have a race leader. That is P.S. Culver. And Ev the Legend being the only driver on the hard compound tires with Devils going on the softs. Very interesting. Now we got position changes. Yeah, Red Dragon, terrible start. Same with DJ Perks and Grizz as well. My guy for the win, my vote for the race win is in P10. So, not looking good for my predictions as we return to racing pace. believe it didn't. Yep, I didn't turn these on. There we go. PS Culver sitting in the fastest lap of this evening so far in the session, in the race. Matt Cooper, DJ Bergs going into the pits, as F really does not wish to see the rear of a Williams right now, especially since we're only on lap 2. But those hard competitive tires are definitely not going to do him any favors. But the performance of the Mercedes is significantly higher than that of the Williams. Here are the predicted tire strategies, powered by AWS, Amazon Warehouse Services. At least that's what I think AWS stands for. In the meantime, behind him, Frank the Tank in a boat of a car. That Audi, he is doing his best to keep it on track. And doing his best to not burn out that battery. Looks like, wait, it's Red Dragon. Red Dragon is continuing to race in that front wing? Damn. As Ev the Legend is the driver that sets the fastest lap. Ooh, my voice is getting a little bit raspy. Come on, Ev. The yellow flags in Sector 1, possible contact. FFTB dropping down the order. Can't see any damage on the man. Oh boy. That would be a Ferrari of EGC. And yeah, no, I can already tell. He's got no wing. Oh! Jesus. Yeah, he's out. That wheel is gone. Full course safety car. Red Dragon, terrible start, but I mean, it has to be a full course safety car. He's on the track, for Christ's sake. Stewards! Come on! We got a virtual safety car for carbon fiber, but no safety car for a car on track. Red Dragon made the right call to not pit, and now I mean, come on. What is this? Oh boy, right. Ev the Legend, still in P2, currently holding a partial battery advantage over PS Culver. The more laps, and we have a Ferrari on the side of the main straight. No, it was an Audi. It was an Audi. It was Rune. It was Rune. Damn, 4 red dots on the same map. I can't tell. What a chaotic race. The Stewards are gonna have a field day. As Pavlison gains P5, at least some of my predictions are slowly coming into fruition. Allison moving up the grid. Evan the Legend still staying on the back of PS Culver, with Frank barely staying within that 1 second. He's doing everything he can. His battery is dry. Ooh, Ev there, careful. Frank should be still able to maintain overtake at the end of this lap, but he's gonna need to put in some good corners if he wishes to stay within contention of Ev the Legend. He got caution. Grizz is retired. No, my prediction's out the window. Grizz is out of the session. What happened? And it's a virtual safety car again. So nobody cares for the Ferraris, huh? What the hell? EGC smacked into the wall, and no one bats an eye. Not even a virtual safety car when it should be a full course safety car, and there it is, a full course safety car. Oh boy. There it is. There's the safety car. Red Dragon finally being able to swap his front wing. But driving without one for such an extended amount of time, well, hasn't done any favors for his position. Now, the current team that is in the best position, we're not talking about the drivers who are within the same car. No, we got team combinations. The current best team is PS Culver and Pavlison of CP Legends. They're currently in the best position for the most points for their constructor efforts. Now the entire field goes into the pits. Now this is the right call, but I don't know if it's the best call for Ev the Legend, who, he goes from hard compound tire to hard compound tire. The rest of the grid does not have to pit, but Ev absolutely does. This can end very badly. Safety car in both races, says Penrose. Let me see here. Who is the team in the second best position? I mean, maybe the team of ERS Racing featuring Optic and Dylan Shepard? But Dylan isn't racing though. What about Frank? Is Frank and Apple in Big Apples, but Frank is in the better. I don't know, very, very peculiar. I'd say the best second actual team in position would be BB's DRS Train, featuring Shane and FFTB1. I'm really curious how this will pan out for Ev, because he is on the back foot for this one. As JDM has went to the medium, so he went medium and medium? So he also is in the same boat as Ev, where they are absolutely mandatory to make another stop. Tiger a solid P2 in Realistic 2? Well, good for him. Well done, him. Right, we got safety car in this lap, so it's the entire field except for JDM on hard compound tires. And it is up to PS Culver to set us off. Still weaving, still weaving, still weaving. It's gonna be the final corner, isn't it? As my phone's running out of batteries. No, he doesn't. doesn't send it. He doesn't send it. Not yet. There he goes. Catches F sleeping. Well done him. Absolute fox-like movement. A better turn 1 and 2 for F, though. This is an opportunity that he's not going to take because it's going to be way too risky. There's way too much racing ahead. And DJ Perk is out. And Pickard is facing the wrong way. As Rune just speeds through both of them. As we're back to yellow virtual safety car conditions. Virtual? Yeah, I think it's virtual. We got a yellow track, but no safety car. Wait, what? I looked away for a moment, and F the Legend is 3 seconds behind Culver, and also behind Frank the What? What is going on? I guess. Gonna have to run out of safety car. Yeah, they might need to refuel the safety car soon at this rate. Okay, looks like it was a bit of a mistake by Ev. But he's back behind Culver now. Virtual safety car conditions might raise soon. A drive-through penalty, speeding through pit lane, speeding under the VSC. As VSC has been lifted, and Ev has his best opportunity to retain his lead. Now on the inside, that turns into the outside, but if he holds it, it's going to be the inside again. He holds it, and respectfully lifts, so BS Culver doesn't end up in the wall. Respectful racing between these two, but Ev has showed that he is not going to sit behind Culver for long. On equal battery, but not equal machinery. What was that swivel there by Ev? Trying to trick his opponent? Culver taking a defensive line, but nice and clean by these two drivers. Right, what is going down a little bit further down the grid? So Pavlison now finding with TTN Optic. And Shane really close by as well. Milan, we got yellow flags, and that is Pickard. Oh. Pickard done. As JDM sets the fastest lap with those mediums. No, Pickard is saying that he's not done. That's his teammate Danny Mac in P9. They're both still in it. Big Mac and Pick-a-Mix. Is Pickard missing a front wing? Doesn't seem so, but he's definitely trying to shake off the dirt off those tires. Anyways, back for the fight to the lead as Frank is introducing himself into the conversation. A great line by Frank. Doesn't seem like it has the better acceleration than the two drivers in front of him. As Pavlison's falling down the order. Pavlison now in 7th position behind Milan. What happened to him? He loses overtake. And JDM with the fastest tire, with the fastest lap time. Now on his tail. Going back with Ev the Legend. Devil's getting a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Both drivers lifting to save battery because they understand that if they overtake or overexpend, it's this straight that then is going to be their downfall. As Ev is, he had the opportunity, but the gap, it wasn't safe enough. It was not safe enough for him to make a move, as Culver cleverly positions his car for defense. A slight little lockup by Culver makes him go wide, but not wide enough. Now on 90% of the legend. As JDM and Pavlison look, they're going off track. JDM locks up his tires and moves up a position, but I don't know how clean that was. Let's move up the grid. So Milan barely staying with the top 5, as Shane now on clear view of Optic's gearbox. And to Frank, and to Ev, and to Culver, with a clear view in sight, but a dangerous object in the rear view mirrors. Now, there is a decent difference in battery between these two drivers. If Ev feels like that Culver is slowing him down, this should be his opportunity to take him down. Ev significantly underusing his battery because he recharged it to 100%. And Culver must have done the same, so Ev had the opportunity to overtake but didn't use it. Now Culver getting on the power, but pulling away. The distance between Optic and Frank was only a 10th for a split moment, so the fight between these two is very close. Oops. Hold on. Ev's getting close. Matt Cooper, 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Terrible news for the only HCR member tonight. High Caliber Racing, that is. Come on, Ev. Dive on the inside. No, he's not going to do it. Come on, he's got to use that battery somewhere. He's going to reach 100% here again. Almost. But still, way too much. Come on, Ev, on the power. His Optic is actually falling a little bit back from Ev the Legend and PS Culver. Is his fight with Frank really slowing him down? As Pavlison looks like he has regained 7th position, but... Hold on, we have yellow flags. It is Matt Cooper on the side of the road. Any damage for Matt? No, looks like he is fine, but still not in favorable position. Come on, Ev. Make the move. As Matt Cooper spins again. And is on the side of the road there. Come on, lads. Make a move. As Frank the Tank and Milan are duking it out. And Milan gets 4th position. In the Cadillac. Switching around. No. Frank's not going to be able to retain 4th position, and it's Milan in P4. For his team of the Italian Stallions, his teammate, Defo Devils, in 11th position. Pavlison being the next driver to get a 3-second time penalty based on corner cutting. as Devo Devils has left the session. Did he disconnect? His pace is going to drop off significantly as Matt Cooper gets a 10-second time penalty. Most likely will retire. He does. He does retire. And Pavlison is dropping down the order. Pavlison is spun. Or maybe had contact. Any damage to that car? Not that I can see. But it's not looking good for my picks. My pick for race winner, Grizz, out of the session. My pick for P2, Pavlison, and currently in P12. And my pick for P2, Milan, in P4. So at least I have something still in my cards for my TTRL F1 pick'ems. Not a thing, but maybe. JDM in the pits. Those mediums are done. He has to pit one more time. And oh right, I've just reminded myself that Ab the Legend definitely needs to pit at least once more. I don't know if these horns are gonna last the rest of the grid. Now on the power. Come on. Come on, Ev. I know you can take him. How long is it going to take? Okay, Devils looks like he's back in the session and now in P10. Come on, Ev. Come on, Ev. You got a lot of battery. Just use it. Here and now. Come on. This is such a tease as Pickard on the side of the road again. Jesus Christ, that McLaren's dirty. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. No, come on. Oh, Shane side by side with Milan. Keeping it legal, keeping it legal. Yes, Pickard is now in the pits, most likely to retire. No, looks like Pickard's continuing. What a man, what a man. Ooh, slight contact between Milan and Optic over there as well. Come on, to two Cadillacs, duking it out like warriors. As Frank is... Oh, in the pits. I thought he was dropping down the order massively. Now on the inside, Shane gets a better exit, and now he keeps it. He goes off the track. As Milan is burning overtake to try and get it back, but I don't think he's gonna. As JDM is the next driver to pick up another 3-second time penalty. Fresh out of the pits in P12. Now on the inside, now I'm going into the pits, it's Optic. Now where is he gonna end up, though? I'm assuming behind JD. No, he should be in front of JDM, in front of Frank, who even really well. Actually, yeah, no, Frank was right by where Optic was, so after a pit stop, he is miles ahead. The undercut has worked in Frank's favor. Frank is provisionally third right now. And if he keeps up this pace, actually, no, he's a lot further ahead. Frank is in contention for an impressive performance here. That pit stop call was phenomenal. Now, how does the rest of the top leaders perceive this situation? We're looking by the time differences. Frank is in the lead if PS Culver, Ev the Legend, Shane Milan, and the rest of the guys chooses to pit. The longer they wait, the more advantage to Frank. Yeah, no, I do agree there, Penrose. Shane is pushing hard. Culver is not going to the pits. Not even Ev is not going either. Come on, Shane. No Shane. Milan, nothing. Danny Mac, nada. Red Dragon, no thank you. Defo Devils, he is going into the pits. FFTB, no thank you. And Pavlison, bye-bye for another lap. Right, so Defo Devils coming out of the pits with medium tires for the last 9 laps. In 12th position, a little bit behind TTN Optics. OS Pickard is... he must have some form of damage. This is not a characteristic for Pickard to be spinning this much. He must have some sort of damage on that car. I'm assuming floor or rear wing. In the meantime, let's go back to the most boring fight of the race. Hold on, there's a speed. Come on, Ev, please. This is a tease. I'm fighting for the lead, and the second place driver refuses to take the lead. Is he really just going to overtake on the final lap or something? Is just going to... he refuses to yo-yo race? Ev, please. Entertain the audience. Give them what they want. Take the lead. Gonna be another lap in second position for Ev the Legend. Now let's see. Danny Mac is actually very close to Milan, who has dropped 4 seconds from Shane. Did he spin? Or lose control of his car? Or got damage? Let's have a look. He does have damage. Milan is a limping warrior. As the 2 Alpines of Danny Mac and Red Dragon are hunting him down. Danny Mac, member of Big Mac and Pick-A-Mix team, along with Pickard. Now side by side with Milan. Milan just holding it off and honestly delaying the inevitable. He's got the outside. Milan has to respect it, but he squeezes him as much as possible and holds that position for just a little bit longer. We got yellow flags, and it's Pickard again. If he somehow finishes this marathon of a race, then he does get 2 points, which is props to him for maximizing and not giving up. But there must be seriously something wrong with that car. Anyways, back to Danny Mac versus Milan. Sorry, Milan. Yeah, and whoa, I just looked at my phone to see the chat, and Danny Mac's like, let me try to get a crack at him. No, it was Red Dragon that wanted to get a crack at Milan. But hey. In the meantime, Frank the Tank is putting in some very impressive laps. even overtaking Pavlison. Dragon completely dumping his battery. Yeah, he's going to be completely left nowhere in the rest of the straight. As Pavlison picks up another 3-second time penalty. Only 6 laps to go. Oh, wait, Ev's pitting. Ev is pitting. He's on the mediums. Now, where's that going to put him in comparison to Frank the Tank? As Pickard has spun again, and Frank is behind. I must have severely miscalculated as Pavlison decides to retire. That is... Yeah, I completely understand Pavlison not having the best of races. Most likely some damage he caught from another driver over there. Sorry to see that, but yeah, I guess that's 2 out of 3 of my picks currently in the pits. As P.S. Culver has just lapped Pickard. And Shane is holding 2nd position, and it's the top 5 who have not pitted yet. And Ev is definitely going to be benefiting from an undercut if P.S. Culver decides to pit anytime now, which honestly, it is the last time. Like, these are like the last opportunities to pit, and Milan just blitzed past Red Dragon. And hello, Danny Maxon here. What is going on? The order shifts. The order shifts. As Ev the Legend, as a butte. Our game just... Okay, I almost had a heart attack. We're still in it. We're still in it. My game froze for a moment. I'm sorry. We're still on the air. As Ev the Legend with the brand new tires, he needs to clear this pack of slow-running, hard compound drivers as fast as possible. Because he is fighting for the race win as Rune has left the session. Well, apparently Rune has actually been spectating. As both Alpines have just been cleared masterfully by Ev. Oh, a bit of a bumpy-dumpy left and right as Milan refuses to give in. That broken front wing, and yet he's fighting for everything. This is where Ev actually is using the battery. This is a first. Oh! Red Dragon on the outside. He takes it. Battery does everything. As a better exit as Dragon in corner 1 and in 2 corners, he just goes up to his 3rd. As Ev is able to outbrake because of he not having a broken front wing. Milan. Oh, and he just boxed in by Red Dragon. As Pickard is now on the side of the track in the gravel. Milan dropping even a few more positions as Danny Max now in front of him. I don't think he's going to be able to keep up for much longer with that wing. As Ev has done his duty and he has cleared those drivers. Oh boy, my voice is going out. I do apologize, dear viewers, so I'll be ready. Okay. Whew. I'll be better prepared next time with more water. More water. Stay hydrated there, kids. Ev is putting in their masterful times, gaining a lot of time to Shane. Slightly losing it in the straight due to a little bit of lack of battery, but I think he might be setting the fastest lap of the session very soon. Oh, I see the situation. P.S. Culver and Shane both are not going to pit because they did not have to. Their hard tires, they started on the mediums. As Pickard's off the track again. Damn it. It's painful to watch. Oh my god. Oh boy. How was that corner cutting? What? game. Anyway, time back to Ev the Legend. Are those mediums really gonna help him get back into this fight? He might get Shane, but now that I think about it, he might probably not get Culver. It's 12 seconds with 3 laps to go. 3 seconds a lap. It's looking impressive from Ev, but is it gonna be doable? It's Frank the Tanks, who previously his strategic idea of pitting looked brilliant, but is looking absolutely tragic now. Let's pick our down the side of the road again. He's just not gaining enough. I don't think Ev's going to be able to do anything. It's going to be the podium for Ev. At the very least, the fastest lap right here and right now. No, not even that. It's getting closer and closer to Shane, but on a fast-paced track like this, the tire advantage is just not enough for him to compensate. .4 seconds. Culver is just having to roll this out. That's yellow flags once again. It's Picard, I bet. Yep, it's Picard again. Oh, it's painful to watch. It's painful to watch. It must be even more painful and agonizing to drive. Second to last lap of the race, and Ev the Legend has 1.5 seconds until Shane. He has caught up. He's within a second. Oh no, FFTB got a 3-second time penalty. That could have put him behind Notorious. We got caution on the track. It's Picard again. I wonder if that's actually AI that controlling Picard. I don't know. He's in the pits again. But this is going to be the final lap. And a fight for second place between Shane and Ev the Legend. Significant difference in tire age. Significant difference in performance. But it's going to be all down to the drivers. As we might not even get to the final lap with Shane being in second place. The lap ends and Shane is now in third. And he has to concede. And that's that. That's all she wrote. Ev is second place. A phenomenal performance by him. And a phenomenal performance by Shane. Yeah, there's just nothing in those tires. If it was in a more technical place that Ev the Legend caught up, maybe Shane could have held him up. But there's just nothing he can do against that Mercedes and a fresh pair of mediums. As we get a yellow flag again, and it's Picard. Well, it's been a chaotic race and a chaotic evening, but I can say one thing for sure: this man had never a loss of confidence. Took the first position in turn 1 and completes the race in the same order, never losing that first position except for when it was into qualifying. It is P.S. Culver winning the first race in Realistic Series 1 F1 TTRL's F1 Season 2. Fantastic performance, and that is going to give fantastic points to his team of CP legends featuring him and Pallison. Pallison unfortunately retiring due to damage in the car, so that he's not going to be able to contribute to any of the points. But if we look at the rest of the grid of the rest of the drivers, Shane and FFTB might be... I'm trying to do calculations in my head here. Yeah, they might be at the very least in second place, or maybe... I don't know, I'm gonna have to do the math here. Yeah, I don't think I can do the math that quickly. Whew. What a race, what an exhausting race to watch. And I just would like to say, well done, Pickard. That car was absolutely demolished, absolutely destroyed, and yet he crawled all the way to the finish and earned himself his well-deserved 4 points for the team. His teammate Danny Mac, who I believe finished 5th, is definitely gonna be happy and satisfied with that one. But that's the finishing order for you. It is P.S. Culver taking the win in round 1. Ev the Legend, P2. P3 in Shane, Danny Mac in P4, Red Dragon, P5. Then goes TTN Optic, Milan, Frank Tank, The Notorious, Dafo Devils, JDM, FFTB, and Pickard to round up the drivers who finished. Moving on to the drivers who retired, unfortunately, it's Pavlison, Matt Cooper, Rune, DJ Perks, Grizz, and only EGC. Unfortunate start to the season, but a very long season ahead of us. It's been a chaotic race and a chaotic season opener here tonight in Australia, but I have been your host, and it has been my honor to host. I have been Spy Classic, and I am thankful that you have been here tonight on this monumentous occasion, and I hope to see you next week as Realistic Series returns on main channel TTRL. Take care.